In this video, we will introduce the powerful dependency injection system in FastAPI with simple examples. Dependency injection can help us write clean, drier, and reusable code with single responsibilities, which can make the application more robust and easier to test. A dependency function is a regular function that can take all the same parameters a path operation function can take. Dependency injection means running the dependency function before running the main endpoint logic. If a dependency is used in a path operation function and has a return value, the return value will be injected into the corresponding parameter. There are several benefits of using dependency injection in FastAPI. Firstly, reusability. The same dependency can be used across different endpoints, reducing code duplication. Secondly, single responsibility, namely keeps endpoints focused on their core responsibility by extracting peripheral tasks. Thirdly, testing. Makes your code easier to test since dependencies can be mocked or replaced during tests. And finally, clean code. Dependencies help keep your logic clear and modular. To use dependency injection in FastAPI, we first need to define a dependency function, which is a regular function that can take all the same parameters a path operation function can take. When an endpoint receives a request, FastAPI will automatically run the dependency function before running the main endpoint logic, and the return value will be injected into the corresponding parameter. As shown in this example, dependency injection is achieved with the annotated typing feature and the depends construct, which accepts a callable as the input. Note that we should just pass the callable as is to the depends construct and don't call it. The calling and assigning parts are handled by FastAPI automatically. As mentioned in the previous example, a dependency function is a regular function that can take all the same parameters a path operation function can take. However, it doesn't have to take any parameters. Another common use case is to inject DB connections or sessions into a path operation function. As shown in this example, we create a dependency function that yields a SQL Alchemy session instance that can be used to read data from the database. The session instance will be assigned to the session parameter of the endpoint function. Note that it uses yield to provide a session to the calling function and ensure it's cleaned up afterward. In some situations, you may not need the return value of a dependency within your path operation function, or the dependency might not return a value at all. Yet you still require it to be executed. In such cases, instead of specifying a path operation function parameter with depends, you can include a list of dependencies in the path operation decorator using the dependencies argument. These dependencies will be executed or solved the same way as normal dependencies, but their value, if they return any, won't be passed to your path operation function. For certain types of applications, you may want to apply dependencies across the entire application. Just as you can add dependencies to path operation decorators, you can also add them to the FastAPI application itself using the dependencies argument, making them apply to all path operations within the application. In FastAPI, we can chain multiple dependencies together, which means one dependency depends on another one. As shown in this example, the readUserMePath operation function depends on the getUser function, which in turn depends on the verifyToken function. The return value of the dependency function is injected into the corresponding caller function. This strategy is very commonly used in the authentication workflow using OAuth tokens. This is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel for more content.